Hey, it's Todd Ault. This is episode 22 of Risk on Sports. And if you paid attention yesterday, everyone got paid. Stay tuned for today's picks. Hey, what is it today, Jason? May 11th?
May 11th.
Everyone got paid yesterday, buddy. What happened?
Hey, we hit a parlay. It was a two-teamer. Nothing special. We had the Reds, no sweat, easy winner. They came through 14-1 yesterday. And the late game that we were all waiting for was the Texas Rangers went to San Francisco, took on the Giants. Really good pitching matchup. Alex Wood has been pitching great this year. He was able to go 7 strong, and the Giants squeezed out a nice 3-1 victory to cap off our parlay. It paid 1.8-1. So if you bet 100, you would make 180. That's exactly what we did on the day. So it was a short, simple day, but profitable nonetheless. Today we're going to have 15 games on the slate. It's a full slate. Everybody's in play. And we're going to have a lot of picks today. I can tell you right now, we have 4 plays already in the pipeline. Actually, check that. We have 4 plays in the pipeline. And stay tuned. We'll be sending out the picks for those of you that are subscribed. If you are not subscribed, for the picks, you can easily text 949-799-1831. Text ROS, Risk on Sports. You'll be signed up for the daily picks.
Hey, I'm on the road today for the whole week until Thursday. I'll be back in the studio on Friday. We're on the road for an executive retreat board meeting. And Jason, it's nice and hot down here. How is it in Vegas today?
It's actually probably, if I had to guess, mid-80s. Feels good.
Is Randy in the house?
Randy's here.
Yep.
Randy, do you have any idea how warm it's going to be in Indianapolis? I'm looking forward to going that weekend and enjoying a little infield, a little racing. What's it look like for us?
It's going to be awesome, man. They just showed this morning they were unveiling the pace car. I don't know if you saw it, this Chevrolet Stingray. Awesome, dude. It's a mid-engine Corvette, no more front engine. They're advancing their design, and you got to see it. It's an awesome pace car.
They're Ferrari looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look a bit like that.
Hey, Jason, I was curious about your picks and where we are. So we started with a bankroll of 1,200. Where do we stand now with that parlay win the last couple of days?
Hey, let's take a look. So, actually, year-to-date on our straight picks, those are the individual picks, winners or losers. We're 47-42 now, so we've had a little run here lately. Parlays, we're actually 19-62. Now, that is that's quite the record. But, if you think about the parlays, 19-62, if you were able to achieve about a 3-to-1 ratio in your odds, that would be around a break-even point. However, we were able to hit some decent parlays, so that has gotten us above water on those. Today, currently, year-to-date, $2,699 profit. You add that to the $1,200 starting stack or starting bankroll, if you will, and the total working bankroll now is $3,899.
Got him!
It's an amazing record. And what we're trying to point out here with Risk on Sports is that Jason focuses on an area where he thinks he can deliver. Jason is a former baseball player and has been handicapping for a long time. And what I wanted to point out by encouraging Jason to do this was to track his track record, provide all the proof and auditing of his track record. And those are people who enjoy baseball will be able to bet baseball in a legal and ethical way without going crazy. And Jason has a lot of good bankroll management. Jason, can you talk about what it looks like going forward for today and maybe the next couple of weeks as your bankroll is now almost $4,000 up from $1,200? The average person could have done that. They could have done exactly what you did. talking about bankroll management, sort of what's going to happen the next couple of weeks.
Well, as we get more comfortable with the rotations for the teams and they define their roles, and factoring in injuries that's always a fluid situation. But now that these starters have a few starts under their belts, you can figure out what kind of snapshot each individual pitcher is going to give you. For example, we know now that John Means of the Baltimore Orioles is the real deal. The kid threw a no-hitter last time out. He's a beast from the left side, throws mid-90s, nasty slider, and he's going today. And you know what? Vegas is kind of weird. They're giving me plus 135 to bet John Means. Now, granted, his offense isn't the greatest, but he's taken on the Mets and Marcus Stroman, who, if Stroman gets the ball up and doesn't pitch down to contact, Stroman can get lit up. So we're definitely taking Baltimore plus 135 today. Lock that in. That's definitely a play on Risk On Sports. Again, Baltimore plus 135 is definitely a play today. As far as the outlook for the next couple of weeks, we're going to continue the path of betting less as far as volume goes on a daily basis and providing more quality picks. We did get a little bit of excited and ahead of ourselves in April. We wanted to bet everything that moved. So, yeah, we learned a little bit from that mistake, and now we're just reining back some of the bets and focusing on good value.
Excellent. What are you thinking on parlays? Is that going to continue to be a focus for you? Because I don't know if you did any more of those 2,500 to win 18,000 kind of parlays.
We have not been doing those, but there will be at least 2 parlays in the pipeline today. We're definitely going to make it an all Chi-Town parlay, White Sox Cubs. You can lock that parlay in. We're going with the White Sox. Dylan Cease is a nasty pitcher. And the kid from the Cubs is getting plus 170. I watched him take on the Dodgers. I mean, this kid's really good pitcher. I don't know why Vegas gives him plus 170, but we're definitely taking the Cubs and the White Sox today.
Hey,
yeah. And a 2-team parlay.
If you want to communicate with Jason or myself, text ROS 949-799-1831, ROS 949-7831, and you can communicate directly with us, and we will publish those for you today. What time do you expect to have those out today, Jason?
Well, the first game is actually starting at 3:10 Pacific time. So, yeah, I'll have those picks out right about 2:15 today, about an hour before game time.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
Got it. Well, hey, listen, everybody. I told you this would be a shortened week. Unfortunately, it's going to be a shortened week. But I'll talk to you at 1:05 on the regular Risk On. It'll be at 1:05 today, and we'll be covering something about Naked Brands. I had a conversation with him yesterday. We'll be talking about what we're doing in terms of a pretty bloody pre-market from 1 o'clock on. It was pretty exciting. Jason, I don't know if you know this, but at 1:05, basically when we opened this morning, it was a bloodbath for sure.
Oh my God!
I think you saw Mara missing. You saw, I think Riot was down about 4 or 5. It was an incredible day for us and a huge swing. And we will have a really, really interesting show at 1:05. So, Jason, you'll take it from here, but I'll see you at 1:05, a pretty interesting time. It'll be a shortened show, but it'll be worth it because there's a lot of stuff we'll cover about what we were doing.
Oh, yeah, I know. I got an idea. The swings that took place today were pretty
crazy.
Massive. Yeah.
Dude, SOS was trading 299 today.
299.
Crazy times. Mara, all these things were so in the hole. Jason, I bet you have a big list of stuff we're going to cover shortly.
Oh, I got a huge list. SOS is ripping now. It's 367. It's green. Yeah, we're going to talk copper.
Jason, congratulations on your run here. 1,200 to almost 4,000. You're killing it.
That's a pretty good run, but hey, the best is yet to come, in my opinion. So stay tuned.
All right, guys. I'll see you at 1:05. Take care, everyone.
All right, sounds good. And as Todd departs, I take a look at this FCX copper pick that's now 45.33, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that play later on. But while we got you here with the baseball, Steve Smith's asking about what's up with the Dodgers. Well, Steve, the Dodgers are chalky tonight, man. You got Walker Buehler on the hill against Kikuchi from the Seattle Mariners. Buehler's minus 240. If you want to bet $240 to win $100, be my guest. That's just not my philosophy. That's not my style. I don't think there's really that much value in Kikuchi. He is a lefty. I have to look at the Dodgers lineup before I would make a play there. The Dodgers will have to platoon quite a few players in order to get enough right-handers in the lineup. We'll see. It's possible that the Mariners could be a play at plus 210. If you bet 100, you win $210. That's solid value. But we have to look at the Dodgers lineup, and we have to look at the Mariners lineup to make sure that the Mariners are starting their A lineup, and if the Dodgers are softer in their lineup, trying to put more right-handed hitters in there to platoon facing the left-handed pitcher. What I mean by platoon, if you're not sure what that means, so managers in the Major League Baseball, they usually try to match up according to handedness of the pitcher and the batter, unless you have a standout hitter that's like can hit both righties and lefties to a equal amount. So you'll have a lefty pitcher, so the managers will try to stack the lineup with a bunch of right-handed hitters because it just favors the hitters that way. A left-handed pitcher versus a left-handed hitter is generally going to favor the pitcher on the hill unless he's absolute garbage. It's not so much of a difference on the right side. It's just the arm angle is a lot different from the lefties and the righties. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of right-handed pitchers versus right-handed hitters. But if there are platoon opportunities, then the managers will take advantage of that. For example, the Angels just recently released Albert Pujols, a first-ballot Hall of Famer. They've got this kid, Walsh, that's now first baseman. He hits from the left side, but he's a really competent hitter. He can face lefties or righties. And with Pujols being a little bit limited in his later in his career as far as running the bases, fielding, stuff like that, they really just looked for an opportunity to get Walsh more at bats. So that's why you're seeing Pujols now. He was let go, and let's see if another team will pick him up as a specialty hitter, being basically a permanent DH, because he's not really an asset for the team anywhere else at this point in his career. So that's what platooning means. You're looking at the opposite handedness of the pitcher. So that's an important factor when you look at lineups when you have left-handed pitchers on the mound. As far as tonight, I'm looking at a couple other games. Baltimore we locked in. The White Sox we locked in. The Cubs we locked in. I'm looking at the New York Yankees at Tampa Bay Rays. I'm looking at the total in that game. The total is 8 runs. That total seems to be exploitable to the upside. I think the over looks really good in that game. I'm leaning over 8, Yankees at Tampa Bay. I've got to do the homework, got to look at the lineups. Hey, stay tuned later on. I'll have my picks at about 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I think that's all we have for today. Randy, did you have anything to cover?
Yeah, I wanted to get into a little bit. I wish Todd would have hung around. I was going to talk about if you saw Bob Baufert did an about-face now after denying all this. And maybe he didn't know. I guess this ointment he was putting on the horse did have some illegal substance that was banned by the Thoroughbred Racing Association. So he's admitted now. He's come out and said, yeah, I was giving the horse this stuff, but I didn't know it had this medication in it that's banned. So
so it absorbed through the horse's skin, is what
yeah,
you're saying?
And
Topical ointment?
Yeah, exactly. And he was doing it up till a day before the race. And he would have been okay if he would have stopped like 2 weeks before the race doing that. But this horse had a condition where he had to do it. He takes care of those animals. I don't think there's anything malicious here. But it's wild, isn't it? How one day he's celebrated the toast of the town, the record-winning trainer 7 times, and now he's going to get stripped of that. So.
Hey, we got about a minute here. We're going to wrap up. That'll be interesting to follow. As far as from a betting standpoint, you all that bet on the Kentucky Derby, those bets are going to stand. Like 99% sure they're going to stand. You're not going to be able to gain anything there. No refunds being issued. Hey, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, you've got the picks right now. Baltimore plus 135, Cubs plus 170, White Sox minus 116. That's what I'm playing. I'm not recommending that you do that. You can do your own homework on that. We're leaning Rays in the over. Stay tuned for the picks. Again, if you sign up, you can text us directly, 949-799-1831. Text ROS, and we'll get you those picks daily. For Todd and for Nick, Brett, and Randy, we thank you again. This has been episode 22. Stay tuned at 105. We're going to talk naked. We're going to talk tons of tickers on the bloody market. We appreciate you coming out. Thank you. We'll see you again tomorrow.